Welcome to Offbeat Look with Camille Johnson on beauty, fashion, and hair. Hey guys, it's Camille, and today I'm going to be doing a video on how I bleached my hair. And as you can see, my hair is basically blonde, and I'm wearing an updo. The way I did my hair today, I did three braids in the back. I just braided them out, and then I took a section of hair right here and did like a French braid across the front, so it's like a braid crown kind of thing. And then I did the same with the remaining hair in the back, and I braided it across the opposite way. So I started this side here, and then I basically just like swirled the braids on top of each other. And then I got the three braids from the back and then just like swirled that in there. I pinned it all together with my white bobby pins, and then I added flowers. So I got these flowers like this one, like whites, yellows, and pinks in a set from the dollar store. It was in a bouquet. I just cut them off and then I hot glued them to my little white bobby pins and just pinned them, kind of hiding the pins in my braid. So yeah, that's what I have my hair like today. And a lot of people at school said I looked like Rapunzel. Like, you know, when in Tangled she braids her hair and they put it up and then they put like flowers in it and stuff. So that's kind of what it reminded me, and that was kind of my inspiration too, like kind of like a braided Greek goddess meets spring and flowers. I love flowers. I don't know. So yeah, that's what my hair looks like today, and I'm going to be talking about how I actually got the color. So you may or may not know this. I don't know if I would have posted my other video by now, but I just had rainbow hair, and I was going to get rid of the rainbow because my roots had grown in like an inch, and my roots are black. My hair is about as dark as my eyebrows, so it's basically like black hair. It's like super dark brown. So I had my roots going in, and I was getting kind of tired of the rainbow, and it was like starting to kind of fade in some areas, and I just really wanted a new color. So I was like, okay, gonna get rid of the rainbow, and I'm gonna bleach my roots, and I'm gonna change colors. So this is how I did it. First, if you want to change hair colors, you gotta get rid of the original color that's in your hair. And I'm talking like semi-permanent colors before you start bothering with your natural color, which would be the roots. So to get rid of the rainbow colors, I really wanted to get out as much color as possible without having to bleach through it, since bleaching is just so damaging. So I wanted like different methods so I could fade it out, and then like last resort I would bleach it. So the first method I used is the vitamin C method. So basically I took these vitamin C tablets. They're like pills, but they're made out of powder, and I just got this from like Walmart, I think, and it comes with 100 tablets, and I used about 10 of them, 10 or 11, and I got a sandwich bag, like one of those regular like plastic Ziploc sandwich bags. I put the pills in there, zipped it up, like let out all the air, zipped it up, and then I got like a huge hammer, and I just started smashing them. Like I just put it on my sink counter, and you don't need to like smash it like you're trying to break the counter or anything. So just like kind of gently drop the hammer on it, and we'll like crush it into powder. So if you have vitamin C powder already pre-crushed, then that's fine, but if you want to get the pills, or if it's cheaper to do it that way and just crush it, then you can totally do that. So that's what I did, and the bottle costs about like $5 or something, and you might even have some in your house already. But I mixed that with shampoo, and you just want to mix it with like the cheapest shampoo you have. And if you can, you want to find shampoo that's really stripping, because when you want to fade out your hair color, you want to use shampoos that you would normally not use if you have colored hair, so that it would actually just speed up the process. So good shampoos to use to mix with that are really cheap ones from the dollar store. Anything that's like super drying and like stripping, shampoos with sulfate in them, shampoos that are for like deep cleaning, because they have like ones that if you have a lot of buildup in your hair and it's like really oily and dirty and stuff, that you'd use like a clarifying shampoo, so anything like that. And the number one most widely used shampoo in conjunction with the vitamin C tablets is the Head & Shoulders, specifically the dandruff one. So Head & Shoulders is good, but if you get the Head & Shoulders dandruff one, that's like the most perfect shampoo you can mix with that. I didn't actually have that, so I just used a Kirkland brand shampoo that's like kind of low quality-ish, but we have like a huge thing of it, so I needed a lot of it anyway, and it was low quality, so that's good. It will like strip out the color. And then if you don't have that, or if you'd prefer, you could use dish soap. And I've heard specifically lemon dish soap is really good, because lemon itself, like people use lemon juice mixed with baking soda to also get out the color, and it can also help lighten hair color. So if you have lemon dish soap, or any dish soap really, or any of those shampoos that I mentioned before, you get a bunch of that, and then you mix your crushed up vitamin C tablet into a nice little gooey concoction. Then you want to work it through all of your hair, and you want to like make sure that all of your hair is coated. You could add a little bit of water if you need to, just to make sure that everything is coated and like a little bit like sudsy, I guess, to make sure everything has the product on it. And then you want to like rub it into your hair like really well. And if you have long hair, you can take the hair on the side and just like rub it like this, because the friction and the rubbing will help get the hair out, and then make sure you rub your scalp with it too. So you want to do that, and then after you're finished rubbing everything in, you leave it on your head. I used a plastic bag, covered my head. You can use a shower cap if you have one, like a disposable one. And you just want to leave it on for like half an hour. Then you want to wash out your hair. Just make sure you like wash everything real well, and then it will be faded. So after I did that, it was a good amount of faded. So then I did it a second time. I crushed up 10 more, mixed it with the shampoo, did all the same stuff, left it in for like, I left it in for like 2 hours. You can leave it in for however long you want, but I'd say like try it to get up to half an hour. Anything less is kind of, it might not work up to its full potential, and you want it to be in there enough so that it will fade your color. So I left it on for like 2 hours. I was doing homework, just chilling on the couch with a bag on my head and some weird goo stuff in my hair. And then I washed it out, and it had faded even more than before. I mean, obviously it's the second round, but it had like faded again. But since I had rainbow in my hair, the blue, blue is the worst hair dye color to fade. It does not come out. It just doesn't. So I've been like fading the other colors, like the yellow and even the green. I used like this neon green from Manic Panic, had been coming out. The orange, fine. Even the red was like mostly gone. I just had like a little bit of pink left from the red. And then like even the purple was coming out, but this blue, like everything else was coming out, the blue was still bright as heck. Like it looked like I had just dyed it. So I had like this blue that was like only slightly faded from the color before, but it would be like a pretty bright blue that it looks like the starting color for something. So that was really not working for me. And the other colors were like slightly there, kind of. So it was time to move on to the next step. I did 2 rounds of that, the vitamin C thing. It's time to get serious. So I moved on to stripping. Hair stripping, of course. I use the one and only Color Fix hair stripper kit that looks like this. I know they have a kit from L'Oreal, I think it's called Color Oops, and you just mix it together and put it in your hair and it will fade out your semi-permanent hair color. This is part 1 color reducer and part 2 conditioning catalyst. So what you do is you put 1 part of each, so 1-to-1 ratio, the same amount of each, into a mixing bowl. This is just the mixing bowl I have from Sally's with the Sally's mixing brush. You mix that together in your bowl, and then you put it all over your hair. And I've used this before when I had just blue hair, and it didn't work that much. Like it hardly made that much of a difference. And that's just because blue is just the most stubborn color ever. I swore that I would never dye my hair blue again after the last blue I did, like the ombre one. But I really, really wanted rainbow, and I was just willing to take that one blue streak into my hair and let it ruin my life when I was trying to strip it out, which it kind of did. But anyways, you mix that up, you put it in your hair, and then you cover your hair like you did before with either a shower cap or a bag, and you leave it on. And this stuff actually, it worked pretty well. It did help a lot with the blue this time. I've done this before with red. It helps with red a lot. And it is said to be a little bit damaging, but like way, way less damaging than bleach. Like I wouldn't even like think about what this does. The only thing is that this stuff smells disgusting. Like it smells absolutely horrid. I've seen a tutorial where someone used this to strip out color of their hair, and they filmed the tutorial outside because they didn't want the smell in their house because it was that bad. And but like I'm kind of getting used to it after using it a few times, but if it's your first time using this stuff, don't be surprised. I'm warning you right now, it smells kind of gross. Anyways, after that, the color was basically gone, but there was still some blue that you could still see, and there's just like a little bit of remnants of the other colors. It was basically mostly blue though, so I decided it was time to take it to the higher level of doing a bleach bath. So if you don't know what a bleach bath, it's when you get the same mixing bowl, you mix up your bleach and your developer that you say usually like 20 or 30 volume developer with your bleach if you're doing a bleach bath, and you take that same amount of bleach that you have, you take the same amount of shampoo, so it's a 1-to-1 ratio, you mix it together, so it's like washing your hair with like bleachy shampoo kind of, so it's like, it's way diluting the bleach, so it's not like actually like super bleaching your hair, but it will help strip out the color. So I did that, I put it all over my head, so at this point I had like faded, almost blonde hair with like blue that was like stubborn, and then black roots. So I put it all over my hair, including my roots. I covered my head and I left it on for like half an hour. When I took it off, my hair, all of the colors had been like completely gone, except for the blue, which you could still see there's like kind of like bluish, but it's like much more faded. The roots were still basically like completely black, so you can tell that since it didn't actually really lighten my roots at all, it's not as strong or potent as regular bleach. So after that, I washed out my hair, conditioned it, because it's like dry by now. Every time after I washed out my hair, I put in conditioner because it gets really dry with like the vitamin C and the washing and the bleaching and everything. So always condition your hair. Conditioned it, I went to bed, and the next day, I worked on my roots. So what I did was I mixed together my bleach and developer. This is the bleach that I'm using. It's the Salon Care Quick White from Sally's. I buy the huge buckets of them because it's so a million times much cheaper than getting the little packets. Like, I have hella hair. I don't have time to be opening like 1.5 million packets for that when I can just like scoop stuff out of there. Plus it costs way less. The packets per unit price is so much higher than this one because it's like kind of buying it in bulk. So it's always better to just get the bucket, especially if you have a lot of hair or if you know you're gonna be like keeping up with your hair and redoing your roots all the time. And then I mixed it with my developer. This is the Salon Care. It's 40 volume, it's the cream one, and it's also from Sally's. I get all my hair products from Sally's basically. But the problem with this is that 40 stings like heck. Please don't buy it. Like, I've been using 40 like sometimes. Every time it just burns my scalp so badly, but I'm just like, okay, I'm gonna put up with it. It's for hair, I can do this. No more. I will never use 40 again. It just burned so much. I couldn't keep it on for more than like 20 minutes and I was just like dying the whole time. Don't do that. I did that and it was like, it was started to burn like when I was applying it, so I kind of did it quickly, and it wasn't like the most even application, so I was just like, okay, I cannot do this anymore. So I didn't have like a 30 volume developer, but I had a 10. So the next round of bleaching I did, after I washed that out, let it, conditioned it, let it dry for a while, when I came back to do the second round, I mixed some of my 40 with a bunch of my 10, so it was like 2/3 10, 1/3 40. I mixed that together. It would probably even out to being less, right? I don't know. Just get 30. But yeah, so I mixed that together. I added the bleach and then I evenly put it on all my roots this time. And then I let that sit for like half an hour or so. Then I washed it out. And oh, also when I did that round, I put a little bit on the blue streak, like just the blue streak, to make sure that I got out as much blue as I could. So after that, like, there's nothing else I can really do to that blue streak. Like, that's it. It mostly came out. It was really light, so I can easily color over it. But if I was gonna do blonde, like, I want it to be as blonde as possible. But anyway, after that, my hair was basically blonde. It still had like, the roots were a little bit hot, which means they're still like kind of yellowish compared to the rest of the hair. So I decided I would use toner, and I have this toner by Wella. It's the Color Charm T28 Natural Blonde, and it comes in a little bottle like this, and you're supposed to mix it 1 part this with 2 parts 20 volume developer, which I didn't actually have, but I had the 30 and then I had 10, so I think I just used 30 actually. Like 20, 30, whatever. I just used 30 with this, and I mixed it up and I coated my roots and then like spread it out a little bit to the rest of my hair. It did nothing, honestly. It's the T28. But I've heard and seen tutorials where people use T18, which I believe is called White Lady. I think it's like White Lady or something. But it's T18 and it turns purple when they do it. And since purple is the opposite of yellow on the color wheel, they cancel each other out, so it like neutralizes the yellows. So it really, really helps getting out yellows. So if I had that, that would have been amazing, but I don't, and Sally's isn't around here, so I couldn't just like go out and get it. But my hair is like blonde enough, plus I'm not trying to be blonde forever anyway, so. But if you want to tone your hair to help with the yellowness, get the T18 White Lady one that turns purple. This one turns like a reddish, brownish kind of color. I don't know, but yeah. Get that one. It would really help if you wanted to go like platinum blonde, like super white, which is also great if you need to do a base for any pastel color. So just keep that in mind. Okay, so this is what my roots look like. It looks kind of more yellow on camera than it does in real life, but you can see that it's like blonde and it's not like super yellow. And this is that frickin' blue strand. The light kind of makes it look more blue than it is, but it's like a really, really faded blue. And I just left it. Like honestly, what else am I supposed to do? Plus I'm gonna dye over it anyway, and I just wanted my hair blonde for like 2 days. And yeah, I actually wore my hair like this to school, and a lot of people actually really loved it. And I actually really like this hairstyle, and I just decided, like, whatever, I'll be blonde for a day. That's fun. Blondes have a lot of fun. So I did, and I'm gonna be blonde tomorrow since I actually really like it like this. And I like the hairstyle with like the flowers and everything. It reminds me of spring. But anyway, as an overview, if you want to have really light blonde hair, here's some tips. 1, don't dye your hair blue, ever. 2, you're gonna have to bleach your hair, and I'd recommend using, if you have really, really dark hair like me, use 30 volume developer. If you have like a lighter hair, then you can use 20. And you'd probably need to do 2 rounds of that, so just make sure you have enough and you wait in between if your scalp is really sensitive. And also for bleach, buy in the buckets. And if you want to know what brand of bleach, just go to Sally's, look at the prices, and whichever one is on sale, buy it. Honestly, I've done like 3 different brands, tried them all out. I don't notice a difference really. It's just price. Price is like the deciding factor for me. And yeah, so that's it for bleaching. The third thing is, if you want platinum blonde, like white, or if you're gonna do like a pastel color and you need a white base for your hair, then use toner, use T18 from Wella, or I've heard that Manic Panic Virgin Snow works some. I don't know, but I've seen the videos for the T18 White Lady one, and the tutorials show that it works really well, so I'd recommend that. And yeah, that's basically it. Anyway, so that's it for this video. If you ever have a suggested video that you want me to do, you can leave a comment, and I might not get to it. I'm really, really busy and so far behind on everything in life. So I may get to it eventually, I may not, but any suggestions are welcome. And yeah, thanks for watching my video. If you like my videos, please subscribe, and I post as often as I can, so there's that. But yeah, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Kisses.